Welcome back to imchroniccallywriting, where myths and folklores from every corner of the globe come alive through original storytelling. My name is Tashawn, your guide on this journey into the mystical, the eerie, and the forgotten. Each episode will delve into a new tale, blending ancient legends with fresh narratives that will transport you beyond the ordinary. Today, I'll be reading an original story based off the Karai people from Uruguay. Remember that all my stories are loosely based on real-life events, but are set in real-life scenarios, so enjoy it how you may. If you're tuning in on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, thank you for stopping by, but now it's time. Go ahead and settle in, open your mind, lay down, relax, and let these stories unfold. Karai is an original story written by Tashawn Fonteneaux. Part 1. Jose Martinez and his best friend Ryan stepped off the plane in Montevideo, Uruguay, excitement radiating from both boys. The summer was special. Jose was bringing Ryan along to his family's reunion in Uruguay, a trip he had been eagerly anticipating for months. The boys were greeted by the warm, humid air of the Uruguayan summer, a stark contrast to the chilly New England climate they had left behind. The Martinez family welcomed Ryan with open arms, treating him like one of their own. Welcome, Ryan. Don't be shy. Jose told us so much about you. Come give Mama a hug, said Miss Martinez. Ryan obeyed Miss Martinez, slowly but walking into her welcoming arms. That's it. That's my boy. Jose nudged his mom, saying, "All right, Mom, that's enough," and pulled Ryan away. "Sorry about that, Ryan. My mom tends to get really affectionate when meeting new people. That's how her side of the family is. Let me show you around the place." The sprawling estate, nestled in the countryside, was a beautiful yet eerie sight. An old, colonial-style mansion stood at the center of the property, surrounded by lush greenery and dense woods that seemed to whisper ancient secrets. The air buzzed with the undercut of something dark and ancient, but Ryan brushed off his growing unease, attributing it to the unfamiliar culture and the stories Jose had told him about the Churara. As the days passed, Ryan noticed subtle oddities. Strange symbols were carved into the trees around the property, their intricate designs unsettling in their unfamiliarity. "Hey Jose, what are these carvings in the trees?" Ryan whispered. "Oh, those? Don't worry about that. That's been here before I was even born. It has nothing to do with my family, okay?" Ryan replied by saying, "But they're all over before getting cut off by Jose. "I said it has nothing to do with my family, so don't bring it up anymore, okay?" "Yeah, okay, sorry." Jose family would often gather at night for secretive ceremonies, their hushed voices carrying on intensity that made Ryan's skin prickle. Despite these peculiarities, the Martinez family was warm and welcoming, always making sure Ryan felt included and comfortable. One evening, while exploring the estate's grounds, Ryan stumbled upon a secluded clearing. At the center stood a large, ancient tree with roots that seemed to claw at the earth. Carved into its bark were more of the strange symbols, their meaning exclusive yet ominous. Ryan felt a chill run down his spine as he stood there, staring at the tree. He couldn't shake the feeling that he was being watched, that the tree itself was aware of his presence. Determined to enjoy his summer, Ryan pushed these thoughts to the back of the mind. He and Jose spent their days swimming in the nearby river, exploring the dense woods and playing soccer with Jose's cousins. The laughter and the camaraderie seemed to draw out Ryan's unease, but at night, when the family gathered for their mysterious rituals, the sense of dread would return, stronger than ever. One night, unable to sleep, Ryan wandered out to the balcony overlooking the estate. He saw the glow of torches in the distance, moving towards the ancient tree. Curiosity piqued. He decided to follow. He moved silently through the darkness, careful not to make a sound. As he drew closer, he could hear chanting, low and rhythmic, in a language he couldn't understand. Hiding behind a thick bush, Ryan watched as the family performed the ceremony. They stood in a circle around the tree, their faces illuminated by the flickering torchlight. The sight was both mesmerizing and terrifying. He couldn't make out what they were saying, but the intensity of their chants sent shivers down his spine. He watched as they offered food and drink at the base of the tree, their eyes closed in reverence. Unable to bear it any longer, Ryan quietly retreated back to the house, his mind racing with questions. What were they doing? What did those symbols mean? And why did he feel such an overwhelming sense of dread whenever he saw them? Despite his growing unease, Ryan couldn't bring himself to confront Jose. He didn't want to seem disrespectful or ungrateful again. After all, the Martinez family had been nothing but kind to him. But deep down, he knew that something was terribly wrong, and that this summer would change him in ways he couldn't yet comprehend. Part 2. During one of their adventures, Jose began sharing stories of the Karai, the indigenous people who once roamed these lands. They were fierce warriors, Jose explained, with a rich cultural heritage and deep spiritual beliefs. Ryan was fascinated by the tales of warriors and gods, but Jose's recounting took on a darker tone when he mentioned the Martinez family's dedication to preserving these ancient traditions. Ryan learned about Guyabura, the supreme god and the pantheon of deities the Martinez worshipped. Each god and goddess rule over different aspects of life, from nature and weather to human fate. Jose spoke with reverence and pride, but there was an edge to his voice that made Ryan uneasy. My favorite person is Yakirati Abba, said Jose. He was a legendary Churaro hero who could transform into a jaguar. He was a fearless warrior and protector of his people, using his supernatural powers to overcome enemies and defend the Churaro territories. That's what I want to do, Ryan. I want to protect my family with my life, and I will stop anybody who gets in my way. Ryan had no words to say. He couldn't tell Jose how he truly felt because knowing what he knows now about Jose, he might be capable of anything. Jose described the ritual and sacrifices performed in honor of their gods. He spoke of offerings made at sacred sites and initiation rituals for every young boy's transition into adulthood. These ceremonies involved tests of strength, endurance, and courage, as well as teachings on the tribe's customs, traditions, and beliefs. Ryan listened intently, a mixture of fascination and fear churning in his stomach. One afternoon, while sitting by the river, Ryan cautiously brought up the symbols he had seen carved into the trees. Jose's eyes darkened for a moment before he smiled, explaining that they were sacred markings meant to honor the gods and protect the family. He assured Ryan that there was nothing to worry about, that it was all a part of their tradition. Despite Jose's reassurance, Ryan couldn't shake the feeling that something was still off. The stories of rituals and sacrifices haunted his thoughts, and he found himself increasingly on edge. The Martinez family seemed so normal during the day, but at night, their secretive ceremonies and whispered prayers told a different story. As the days turned into weeks, Ryan's curiosity grew stronger. He wanted to understand more about the Churaro and the Martinez family's connection to them. He started researching in the estate's library, poring over old books and manuscripts. The more he learned, the more intrigued and terrified he became. He discovered that the Churaro were known for their fierce resistance against colonization, and their spiritual beliefs were deeply intertwined with their way of life. The gods they worshipped demanded respect and sacrifice, and the rituals performed in their honor were meant to maintain balance and harmony with the natural world. But there were darker aspects to these beliefs, tales of blood sacrifices and offerings meant to appease the gods' wrath. Ryan read about Guyabura, the creator of the universe, whose influence extended to all aspects of life. The more he learned, the more he realized that the Martinez family rituals were not just symbolic, they were a continuation of ancient practices meant to keep the gods' favor. Despite his growing fear, Ryan couldn't bring himself to leave. His loyalty to Jose and his fascination with the mystery of the Churara kept him there, even as the dark undercurrents of the family traditions became more apparent. Part 3. One evening, Ryan stumbled upon one of the Martinez ceremonies. Hidden in the shadows, he watched as they performed a ritual involving live animal sacrifices, offering food and drink at the base of a sacred tree. The sight was both mesmerizing and horrifying. He witnessed the fervent devotion in their eyes, the sickening acts committed in the name of their gods. Ryan's instincts screamed at him to leave, but loyalty to Jose and a desire to understand kept him there. He confronted Jose, who dismissed his concerns with a cryptic reassurance that everything was part of the tradition and that Ryan was safe. As the summer progressed, Ryan's unease grew. The Martinez family began preparing for a significant event, a coming-of-age ceremony for Jose. Ryan was both honored and terrified when he was invited to witness the sacred ritual. The night of the ceremony, Ryan was taken deep into the woods, to a clearing illuminated by a massive bonfire. The family chanted in a language he couldn't understand, their faces masked in shadows. Jose stood before them, resolute and distant. Riamura, Mikey, protector de la dia, Yamia Dios de la Osura, nosotros, tus devotos, te ofrecemos esta vida. Charua cantuna, voz de los ancestros, Kurumi haría fuerza de la nueva. A ti, gran Cubani, nuestro credo, te ofrecemos esta alma. The family repeated the chant over and over, their voices growing louder and more fervent with each repetition. The air crackled with an unworldly energy, and Ryan's terror deepened as he realized the gravity of the ceremony unfolding before him. To his honor, Ryan realized too late that the initiation ritual involved a human sacrifice. The family revealed their true intentions, bonding Ryan to an ancient stone altar. Jose, with a cold, determined look in his eyes, explained that he needed to sacrifice Ryan to fully transition into adulthood, to honor Guabira and secure the Martinez favor with the gods. Desperation and betrayal surged through Ryan as he struggled against his bonds. The chants grew louder, the fire blazed higher, and Jose raised the ceremonial blade. In a moment of sickening clarity, Ryan understood the depths of the Martinez twisted beliefs. The ritual reached its climax, and Ryan's screams echoed through the night as the blade descended into his chest. Jose ripped the blade from the pit of Ryan's neck to his sternum, cracking open his ribcage, digging through his organs to rip out his heart. Jose, now a man in the eyes of his family, completed the sacrifice, sharing Ryan's body with the Martinez in a grotesque feast. The initiation was over, and the dark legacy of the Martinez family continued. In the aftermath, the estate returned to a serene facade, and the horrors hidden beneath a veneer of normalcy. Jose carried the weight of his actions, forever changed by the darkness he had embraced. The land of the Churara remained haunted by the spirits of the past, their ancient ways living on through the twisted devotion of the Martinez family. As the days turned into weeks, the memory of Ryan faded from the minds of those in Montevideo. But for the Martinez family, the summer events were a reaffirmation of their faith and a reminder of the power and necessity of their ancient traditions. And for Jose, the haunting echoes of his friend's final moments would forever be a part of his soul, a testament to the price of loyalty in the depths of human darkness. Thank you for checking out today's story titled Karai. I apologize for any of the mispronunciation of the words, but that was kind of hard, not gonna lie. But if you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the subscribe button on YouTube and like the video. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure to follow if you haven't already. I post daily stories to keep you up at night, so if you have a folklore, myth, or legend in mind, make sure to let me know down below in the comments or whatever platform you're listening on. My name is Tashawn, and I'm chronically writing, and I'll see you all in our next story. Have a blessed day.